Deep in the middle of a dense forest, far far away from Ant Paradisica, lies a giant tall tree which I respectfully call the Sabata. In the green, humongous trunk of this giant tree lies one of the largest kingdom of the weaver ants that I have ever seen. Extending tall, hundreds of feet above the ground, with no colonies of any rival species of ants who are able to stand against them, this is the weaver ant kingdom at its prime. The weaver ants out here are the apex predator who kills at will and hunts down other ants for food. But it is not only the ants that these weaver ants hunt down for food. They also hunt down other insects like this ladybird beetle larva, or this strange thing the weaver ants are carrying, which looks like the remains of a moth which was killed by them many days back. Life for these ants seems peaceful and easy out here. But it is not that the weaver ants only hunt down weak and helpless insects. These ants also are able to catch winged insects like this Chalcididae fly, which in itself is quite strong and powerful. But however strong any insect may be, once they are caught in the dead stress of the weaver ants, it's a game over for them. They can just suffer and helplessly watch themselves being stressed to death by the weaver ants. Not very far away from Sabator, a termite worker is foraging around, least aware of the presence of the weaver ants nearby. But a vigilant weaver ant worker has seen the termite and it heads straight towards the termite. And in the next few seconds, the termite worker is in between the jaws of the weaver ants. But as you know, a termite warrior never gives up without a fight. So the termite worker has caught one of the legs of the weaver ant in his jaws. It is trying to bite off the leg of the weaver ant, but it seems like the leg of this weaver ant is quite tough. So the fight continues. But out here, the weaver ants have not only caught a termite worker, but they have also caught a termite soldier. And it looks like the intelligent weaver ants knows that the deadly jaws of the termite soldier is to be avoided at all cost. It is like they know it well that in a jaw-to-jaw fight, they cannot win over this termite major. So the weaver ant in the front just backs off when the termite soldier nearly strikes it with its jaws. In the absence of his companion, the second weaver ant is having a tough time in holding down the termite soldier. But nevertheless, it does not loosen its grip on the termite soldier even for once. Suddenly a termite worker appears and then a termite soldier. But both the termite worker and the termite soldier do nothing for their sister, who is caught in the deadly jaws of the weaver ants. But they are not to be blamed, for this is how it has always been in the termite colony. For them, the queen is supreme and they have only one priority, that is to save the queen and the nest. And sacrifice of individuals is just one way of buying time to secure the nest. In this case, this termite soldier is just an object of sacrifice. Now individually, however strong this termite soldier may be, however deadly jaws it may have, but the stiffness and the structure of his body is such that when held from the rear side, it is just impossible for it to turn back and bite its attacker. In short, this termite soldier is doomed. Soon other weaver ants join their sister and it is like game over for this termite soldier and as well as for the termite worker. The termite worker is struggling a lot, but there is not much it can do now. His fate is sealed. Now I have seen termites being killed by ants hundreds of times before, but out of all what I have ever seen, This was the most gruesome way in which a termite soldier was being killed by an ant. The termite soldier got stressed so much that a white liquid, maybe its blood, flowed out of his body. It was a sad sight, and for once I thought of helping the termite soldier. But then I felt it was now just too late to save the termite soldier. It was a horrible sight, but it was just nature taking its course. So, though reluctantly, I stayed and continued filming the killing of the termite. Soon the termite soldier was more or less dead, and it looked like a weaver ant walker was drinking the blood of the termite soldier. But then strangely, it removed the white liquid from its mouth by rubbing it on the ground, as if it did not like the taste of it. On the other side, the termite walker seems to have bitten a dry scale of plant before dying, and a weaver ant walker is trying to pull away the termite walker from it. Here the termite soldier is still moving, so a group of weaver ants is ensuring that it is dead before being carried into the nest. They fear that it may hurt the broods or the queen if carried alive inside the nest. Finally, the termite soldier is killed and carried towards the nest. The termite walker is also being carried to the nest to be fed to the broods. Now the ants of this weaver ant colony may have slain hundreds of insects and ants in their lifetime, but catching something like these monstrous wasps is an achievement of lifetime for them. Now it's a mystery whether the weaver ant have killed these big ferocious giant wasps or not. Maybe they found it wounded and have killed this giant when it was at its weakest. Whatever it may be, the queen will be quite happy to see her worker bring home this huge chunk of food. After ensuring that the wasp is dead, the weaver ants starts carrying the wasps towards their nest. Though the body of this wasps look tough and armored, it will soon be broken down into pieces using acid and digestive saliva of the weaver ants. It will take a lot of effort for these weaver ants to carry this heavy body of these wasps to their nest. But the weaver ants will nevertheless soon succeed in their mission. Now the weaver ants of Sabatar do not only rely on hunting down prey for food. They also have these aphid farms where they tend these aphids with great care, protecting them against predators. And in return, the aphids provide them with sweet honeydew. For this, the weaver ants worker gently tap the back of the aphids with their antennae, and the aphids secrete a drop of honeydew which the worker ant will drink and later on feed others through prophylaxis or mouth-to-mouth feeding. Now I have been visiting and watching the weaver ants colony of Sabatar and also other weaver ant colonies of this region for almost 6 years now. The weaver ants out here have always been the alpha species in this region, with no other ants being able to raise their heads before them. The weaver ants have always looked invincible and remained undefeated. But as they say, every good thing must have an end, and every empire must have its fall. So the legend of the invincibility of the weaver ants was true only until their nemesis arrived.